joining us to learn about empowering students with study habits and time management. We're excited to welcome our panelists. First, we have Chelsea Stofan, an instructional coach, and Des Ramos Smiley, a family support specialist. At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to Chelsea.
Welcome. I'm really excited to be here with you today. First, we're going to start with a short little clip that explains why people need to study when they get home.
The curve of forgetting. The curve of forgetting shows us how our memory works over time. This blue line represents your memory with no review sessions. On day 1, you attend lecture and pay attention, and you walk out knowing 100% of the new information you learned. On day 2, the blue line drops, representing the fact that if you don't use that information again, you lose 50 to 80% of the material you learned. Our brains don't retain information unless we use it on a regular basis. And you can see that by day 30, we recall only traces of that original lecture. Let's say you have a midterm on day 40. You'll have to relearn all the material from the lecture and subsequent ones. This can result in a feeling of panic before exams, and last-minute cramming combined with panic will give you less than stellar results on that exam. But you can change the pattern. The yellow line indicates what your memory would look like with regular review over the course of the term. On day 30, you'll retain the information you need to do well on that exam, and as an added benefit, you'll understand it even better. When you're exposed to the same information over and over, it becomes easier for you to retrieve that information from your memory. As you can see, if you review on a regular basis, you can reactivate the material with just 10 minutes of review after one day, 5 minutes after 1 week, and 2 to 4 minutes after 1 month. Every time you review, you become more and more familiar with the material, so it takes less time to review it the next time. Compare those few minutes, spread out over time, with the hour you would need to spend relearning material at the end of the semester. Reviewing over the course of the term will ultimately save you time and help you learn and understand material better than ever.
As you can see, multiple exposures are important to help enhance study habits at home. Studying can help enhance learning, it reduces stress and anxiety, and it can improve academic performance along with student confidence. It also develops lifelong skills for student success. How can you help at home? To take effective notes, use the 10-24-7 model. What that means is the day that someone takes notes, for 10 minutes, you're going to review immediately after taking the notes. You're going to look for key terms, highlight important information, and take the main ideas out. 24 hours later, you review for another 10 minutes. Does anything else stand out? Are there keywords that can be eliminated? A week later, or every weekend, review each content for 5 or more minutes to build up the information to store into your long-term memory. What are some effective study habits that you can use at home? Creating flashcards or digital flashcards are a great resource for students to study vocabulary. Highlighting and reviewing notes. Have the students formulate questions if possible. Ask them questions. Summarizing their notes. Can they formulate sentences? Researching the vocabulary. What are synonyms? What are some possible antonyms? Using some of the public library online resources. Some of these resources will be discussed in a later slide. You could also have them call a friend, FaceTime, discuss the notes with someone else in the family. They could have extra practice with online tools from their classes. The city has purchased resources like Newsela, Dreambox, Gizmo. They'll be able to discuss these things with you, or you could reach out to their teachers. You could also have them create graphic organizers for information. In addition to this, there are some key elements of successful study habits. You're going to want to make sure that we set specific study times. Make sure that they have a comfortable, quiet, well-lit space. Consider playing some calming music and removing digital distractions like cell phones, social media, games, etc. Ensure that they have seating and an area there where they can work, have a desk set up. Keep necessary materials organized and accessible. Will they have pencils? Do they need paper, glue sticks, tape? Prioritize subjects based on difficulty and importance. Have discussions like, when is your science test? Do you have a reading test coming up? And then use one of the study habits that works best for you. For some people, flashcards are better. Other people need to read. Make sure that you include breaks and leisure activities, research the vocabulary, and use a planner or digital calendar so that you can organize important events. And now I'm going to turn the stage over to Des.
Hi, everyone. So we want to encourage these healthy study habits at home by ensuring that we have all of the right tools to partner with you. So as parents, you are the first teacher that your students have at home and the most important one in their lives. So we want to make sure that we're partnering with you to encourage them and to have them be as successful as possible. So as Chelsea said earlier, you want to work on the environment. So what does your child need around them to create a space dedicated for that studying? Is it possible to have a corner of their room dedicated for homework time and studying time, someplace that is going to be free of those distractions? And of course, you want to encourage that. So encourage them to continue to work at school, ask those questions, be involved and engaged. And sometimes that takes a little prodding, so you get an answer that's more than just fine, my day was fine. But do ask the questions and see if you can check those things out at home. Additionally, be that role model. Maybe also work on reading something with them, having habits of your own that you have a time to read and do some work quietly while they're also doing work at home as well. And lastly, don't be afraid to create things. Be creative with the information. Play games with them. Find ways to reinforce and remember the information that they had even last week or so, just by pulling out those flashcards and starting over in a month. Like, hey, how much do you remember? Let's see, and do it as a family and engaging together.
The power of time management can really make or break a successful study experience. By reducing procrastination, increasing productivity, and improving work-life balance, it enhances your overall well-being. To deal with procrastination, encourage conversations where you can identify the triggers and underlying causes. What is it that is causing them to not want to study the science or the math? Do they not have notes? Are they at school? Did they lose them? Do they not know how to take notes? What is it that is causing them to procrastinate and not start? Encourage the 2-minute rule for small tasks. Can they do it in 2 minutes? If they can, then have them do it. If they can't, create a plan to get it done, or encourage them to ask people for help. We have guidance counselors, they can go to teachers. We also have librarians and tons of support systems in place. Breaking large tasks into smaller, less daunting steps with due dates can really set a good mindset for larger tasks. Lastly, reward your progress. Give brain breaks and celebrate those wins so that you can continue to be encouraged to study. Our public library has tons of resources that can help encourage strong study habits at home. Homework Help Now is a live online tutor service that students can access just by logging in with their student identification number. In addition to that, there are online novels they can read. They have access to our local newspaper. They have an online encyclopedia, Virginia Pilot, Maxter Library. There are different videos they can watch on there. They can learn a language. I really encourage you to explore some of the resources that our library has partnered with us. Overall, to empower lifelong success with your student, make sure that we're encouraging effective study habits and time management at home. Use consistent practices and support lead to long-term success. And remember, every student's journey is unique. What one student needs, another might not, and that is totally okay. Your involvement makes a significant difference, and we're excited to partner with you.
Thank you for taking the time to learn more about empowering students with study habits and time management. If you want to know more about other events hosted by our district, please scan the QR codes located on the screen. Don't forget to download our app so that you get all of the updated notifications about your child's school and the district. We'd like to thank Chelsea and Des for their knowledge on this topic. Thank you for viewing, and remember, families and communities work better together.